Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
61. Matchbox. What?
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give, Singletary right side. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Turner. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll return it from the 6. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Move. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Go. 10-2 stop.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll look to run with Singletary. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Look at me, zipper. Hey. Hey, Haywood.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And he caught picks up the football near his own goal line. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line, but small consolation there following the turnover.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
3 down. Check 90. Check 99. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 2nd down.
Ready. Okay. Yeah. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
And an alley to run. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jalen Ferguson charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check girls. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Hey, shoot.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Go on. Come on, D.
Topper. Hey, wahoo. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Come on, set. 30 base. Protein spill. Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Now.
Ringo.
On the ball. Hey, Echo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
He'll drop to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 27, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
80 weapons. Bravo. Ready?
He'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
We got to step it up. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Pick me up. Here we go.
2nd and 10. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Jackson on first down. There goes a deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Devin Singletary, 96 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Go. I got motion man. Me. I got this.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
48th month, 48th month.
Let go.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Touchdown,
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tyus Bowser picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Stop your whining. You go tape. You got tape. You got tape right there.
Snap.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
What?
61, Matchbox Lights.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Let's go, defense.
Five.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Let's go.
Well, a good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, you don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
6-6, pull it high.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike 48. Mike 48.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Hey, Haywood.
48 to Mike.
Yes, yes.
Check
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got it. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Go, 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 go.
Hey, check Mike 39.
Protein spill. Hey, exit.
Check 26, check 26.
2nd and 6. This is the tight end fan. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Ready?
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Go.
We got motion, back up, back up.
Hey, Zoo. Hey, go.
Looking to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 36.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. And Singletary has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready, 90, Wolf.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 25, check 25, check 25.
You draw Corker. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Lambeau to add on the extra point. That's up and good. It's 22-14. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
5.
They're going to look to throw. He completes this to Sutton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Let's go now. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the slide.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 39, check Mike 39. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Hey, check Mike 39, check Mike 39.
5. Get it.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Jackson to throw again. And this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He can run for it, and he will. Give him an even gain of 10, but now it's 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick, trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He shakes it off. A strong running. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Central West.
Check 4, check 4. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Check tight. Check tight. Check tight.
Hey.
Banjo.
Hey. High 7. Hit it.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Ready, set.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Bravo.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey.
Hey, check Mike 39.
Hey, Alpha.
Target.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Foxtrot.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Here we go. Hey, switch gears. Check 52.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch that in. Even. 4 down. Even.
Throwing again. Jackson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
He may try and run for this. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Tight ends on the Lucy. 4 down.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
He's checking crack. Switch.
Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Ross in the final minute, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies...
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the